Under the glittering chandeliers of a Hamptons gala, a woman living a borrowed life. As a wealthy heiress is exposed by an unexpected arrival, shattering her carefully constructed facade and revealing the desperation beneath the designer gown. The ballroom is a spectacle of wealth and refinement. Guests in black tie and exquisite gowns move through the space with practiced ease. Champagne flutes sparkle, jewels gleam, and the murmur of sophisticated conversation fills the air. Elara Reynolds, a vision in her emerald gown, stands in the center of a small group, her laughter tinkling melodically. Richard, a handsome man in a perfectly tailored tuxedo, leans in attentively, his gaze never leaving her. Richard said, "Elara, your stories of your travels are simply breathtaking. That little boutique hotel in Florence, it sounds utterly divine." Elara, smiling, radiating charm, "Oh, Richard, it was. The most exquisite linens and the view from the balcony. You could see the entire city bathed in the golden light of dawn. One truly felt like royalty." Across the room, Sophia observes Elara with a subtle frown. Her eyes narrow slightly as she listens to the effortless pronouncements of Elara's supposed luxurious life. M.R. Sterling, the gracious host, circulates through the room, ensuring his guests are well attended to. He stops briefly to exchange a warm smile with Elara. "M.R." Sterling said, "Elara, so glad you could join us tonight. You brighten up the entire room." "Elara?" Clasping his hand, "Mr. Sterling, the pleasure is all mine. Your home is magnificent, and the company simply delightful." As Elara continues her captivating conversation, the ornate double doors at the far end of the ballroom swing open with unexpected force. All heads turn towards the entrance. Standing in the doorway is Victoria Hayes. She is dressed in a sharp, professional navy blue suit, a stark contrast to the flowing gowns and tuxedos of the assembled guests. Her expression is resolute, her eyes fixed on Elara. She strides into the room with a determined air, her heels clicking sharply on the marble floor, cutting through the soft murmur of the party. A ripple of unease spreads through the room. The jazz music falters for a brief moment, the notes hanging in the air. Victoria stops a few feet from Elara, her gaze unwavering. The smile freezes on Elara's face. Richard looks from Elara to Victoria, a question in his eyes. "Victoria," her voice clear and carrying, cutting through the polite chatter. There she is, the woman who has been living a lie. A collective gasp sweeps through the ballroom. Conversations abruptly cease. All eyes are now fixed on the unfolding drama. Elara's composure begins to crack. Her eyes widen slightly, a flicker of panic dancing within them. Richard, confused, turning to Elara. "Elara? What is going on?" "Elara," her voice trembling slightly, attempting a dismissive laugh. I have no idea. This woman must have me confused with someone else." "Victoria," scoffs, her voice laced with disdain, confused. "I don't think so. Elara Reynolds? Or should I say, Sarah Miller?" The name hangs in the air like a dropped crystal glass. The effect on the assembled guests is palpable. Whispers erupt, a wave of shocked murmurs rippling through the room. Sophia's earlier suspicion solidifies into a knowing look. Mr. and Mrs. Sterling exchange bewildered glances. Mr. Sterling discreetly signals to two impeccably dressed security guards, who are positioned near the edges of the room. They begin to move forward subtly, their eyes on Elara. "Elara?" Her voice rising in pitch, her carefully constructed facade crumbling rapidly. "I don't know what you're talking about. My name is Elara Reynolds. I've never heard of anyone named Sarah Miller. This is outrageous." Victoria, taking another step closer, her gaze piercing. "Oh, I think you have Sarah Miller? The former bookkeeper who embezzled a significant amount of money from my family's company. The one who vanished without a trace 6 months ago, leaving behind a trail of devastation. Does that ring any bells, Elara?" The color drains from Elara's face. Her eyes dart around the room, searching for an escape route that doesn't exist. Richard takes a step back, his expression now a mixture of shock and betrayal. Richard said, "Embezzled." Elara, pleadingly, her voice barely a whisper. "Richard, please. You have to believe me." Victoria cuts in. Believe you? After the elaborate charade you've been playing? The designer clothes, the fabricated stories of wealth and privilege, all bought with stolen money? The security guards are now flanking Ilara, their presence polite but firm. M.R. Sterling, stepping forward, his voice calm but firm. Madam, I don't know what's happening here, but perhaps it would be best if we discuss this privately. Victoria said, No, Mr. Sterling, the truth needs to be brought to light. These people deserve to know who they have been sharing their evening with. A fraud, a thief. Ilara's carefully constructed world is collapsing around her. The elegant setting, the admiring gazes, the illusion of wealth, all dissolving under the harsh glare of Victoria's accusation. Her initial confidence has evaporated, replaced by a raw, palpable fear. Ilara, her voice choked with desperation. It wasn't like that. I needed the money. My mother was sick. Victoria, her voice hardening. Your mother has been perfectly healthy. Sarah, I checked. The money you stole was used to fund this fantasy life, these expensive clothes, this pathetic attempt to infiltrate a world that was never yours. The guests murmur amongst themselves, their initial shock turning into a fascinated, almost morbid curiosity. They watch Ilara, the glamorous heiress, exposed as a common thief. Richard stares at Ilara, his expression a mask of hurt and disillusionment. The charm he had so readily offered has vanished, replaced by a cold disappointment. Richard, you lied to me. About everything? Ilara avoids his gaze, her head bowed in shame. The security guards gently take her arm. M.R. Sterling. To the security, please escort this woman out of the premises. Ilara doesn't resist. The fight has gone out of her. The weight of her deception, the fear of the consequences, have finally overwhelmed her. As the security guards lead her towards the doors, she glances back at the stunned faces, a single tear tracing a path down her perfectly made-up cheek. Victoria watches her go, her expression a complex mix of satisfaction and a lingering sadness for the path Ilara chose. Victoria. To Mr. Sterling, her voice slightly softer now. I apologize for the disruption. Mr. Sterling, but I couldn't let her continue this charade. M.R. Sterling. Sighing, of course, Madam Hayes, justice must be served. As the security guards and Ilara disappear through the ornate doors, a heavy silence falls over the ballroom. The glittering chandeliers seem to mock the shattered illusion of the woman who had tried so desperately to belong in their light. The jazz music slowly resumes, tentative and subdued. Guests begin to whisper again, their conversations now buzzing with the dramatic turn of events. The elegant facade of the Hamptons gala has been momentarily cracked, revealing the undercurrents of deceit and the stark reality that not everything that glitters is gold. Victoria stands for a moment longer, surveying the room, then turns and walks towards the exit, leaving behind a ballroom still, reeling from the unexpected exposure of the impostor in their midst. In a world where image is everything, this impostor almost got away with it. Almost. If you love stories filled with drama, suspense, and plot twists you never see coming, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss an episode. What would you have done if you were at that dinner? Drop your thoughts in the comments.